you guys gonna have a baby?
Why are you checking on Heather?
Oh my god, I am so sorry.
Don't pretend like you give a damn about me and Lulu.
Both know there's a way for you to make this go away.
If you don't save her, we're gonna lose her.
Kristina's sudden shift in attitude towards her father's job is quite puzzling. Her character has been acting really immature lately, and it's getting frustrating to watch. And can we talk about Alexis? She's letting Kristina endlessly complain about her baby. Honestly, Alexis should be reminding Kristina that yes, she had strong feelings while pregnant, but this baby is Molly and TJ's. Kristina agreed to this arrangement and needs to honor it. I'm also really disturbed by the Willow and Drew storyline. It's just not sitting right with me. And then there's Anna wanting to take Sonny down. This feels out of character, especially since they used to get along. I'm not liking how the writers are portraying her now. The Agent Kate storyline is completely out of control. Trying to put Kristina in jail? For what? It doesn't make any sense. And don't even get me started on Portia. I'm just not a fan. Gio's involvement seems to go beyond just playing music, so I'm curious to see where that goes. Also, regarding the surrogate Molly and TJ used, I'm skeptical about Kristina's claim of losing the baby. I think there's more to that story. It's been 30 years and suddenly everyone wants to take Sonny down. All the characters on this show have done something questionable, so this whole Sonny storyline feels out of place. People keep saying that characters need to be removed from the show, but if everyone is gone, there will be no general hospital. Maybe Kelly's departure was due to a contract issue, not a firing. If you don't like the show, maybe it's time to switch things up. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a big plot twist coming for fall sweeps, perhaps a major character death to boost ratings. After all, no character on a soap stays dead for long. Look at Jason, how many times has he died and come back? It's all about the drama and ratings. I'm confident Sam will be back. Kate Mansi is absolutely killing it as Kristina. She's really channeling her father's legacy in this role, and I'm excited to see where her storyline goes. Lastly, it seems Ava is being redeemed while Sam is being sacrificed. Ava was written into a corner, but now she's getting a saintly makeover. I'm wondering why Natalia is sticking around. What's her purpose? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. I really hope Sonny gets Jagger followed again, especially if it leads straight to Ava. Imagine Ava grabbing a hot drink and throwing it at that so-called FBI lady, snatching her bag, and making a getaway. That would be wild. Also, fingers crossed Kristina takes Jason's advice seriously and keeps her cool when dealing with Jagger. And wouldn't it be great if Jagger's not actually with the FBI anymore? Kristina is driving me crazy with her stubbornness. She didn't listen to Sonny when he said he'd handle Ava, and as a result, TJ and Molly lost their baby. Despite Sonny and Jason repeatedly telling her they're taking care of things, Kristina still went to speak with Kate's alone. I can't help but think that if Alexis and Sonny weren't always coddling her, Kristina might not be making such reckless decisions. And what's up with Dant being angry at Carly? Is there some hidden beef with Lulu that I'm missing? It seems like Dante's frustration is coming out in his interactions with Carly. There's been some buzz about Sam potentially being killed off. Honestly, she hasn't had a major storyline in years, and some fans have criticized Kelly's performance, saying the character has lost her edge. If she's barely been on the show, it makes sense that they might write her out. But if Sam is indeed getting killed off, I wouldn't be surprised if Heather is the one behind it. It seems unlikely they'd let Heather escape without facing some consequences, so expect some big drama there. I'm still perplexed about Alexis letting him into her house. At this point, I wouldn't even open the door for him. Why does she keep letting him in? I have to give props to Kate Mansi. She's doing an incredible job as Kristina, making me care about the character in a way Lexi Ainsworth never did. Even the over-the-top graveside scene felt real thanks to her performance. I'm really hoping those unauthorized spoilers are true and Kristina joins the mob to seek revenge against Ava. That would be so entertaining to watch. Ultimately, Alexis and Sonny are going to lose Kristina because she's choosing to ignore their advice. Her refusal to listen is why she's in this mess with the baby and Ava in the first place. If she had followed Alexis' advice and gotten legal papers drawn up, Molly and TJ would have had a clear claim to the baby. And if she had listened to Sonny and stayed away from Ava, she wouldn't be dealing with Jagger harassing her now. Willow really needs to stop with her creepy infatuation with Drew. It's not only wrong, but incredibly awkward, considering Drew is her husband's uncle. If Willow doesn't get a grip, she's risking her marriage and her family. Sonny should definitely make Jagger disappear like Houdini. Wouldn't that be something? Portia seems to be losing touch with reality, and it's only a matter of time before she faces consequences. I loved it when Dante called out Carly. It was a much-needed reality check. There's a lot going on with these storylines, and I'm not alone in feeling disheartened. So many plots seem predictable, and the recent wave of character exits has been rough. We're seeing some characters acting out of character, while others are just overexposed. It feels like a major house cleaning, but instead of introducing fresh, intriguing characters, they're recycling old ones and removing fan favorites. There's speculation about the new Dr. Lucky possibly being Curtis's brother. With Laura gone and Heather potentially getting out, could Ace go missing? And will Kevin get kidnapped or turn into a Ryan when he's finally released from his prison camp? It's all getting a bit convoluted. It's puzzling why they'd get rid of Sam. She's been a cornerstone of the show for 21 years, and it seems unfair not to give her a proper send-off or at least a resolution. The decision feels shady, especially given how long-running characters are being treated. Portia's grip on reality seems to be slipping, especially with her handling of Heather. She's already shown poor judgment by risking Oz's life for her own gain, and now it looks like she's making the same mistakes. She needs to step back from Heather's care before she causes more harm. Ava is on the verge of a redemption arc, sort of. I'm thinking she might accidentally kill the hired woman, return to Port Charles, recant her statement, and then turn in the crazy Agent J. Cates for kidnapping. It could lead to a plea bargain, classic soap drama. Kristina seems to be in denial about her choices and could really benefit from some psychological guidance to understand her decisions better. As for Sam, I don't think she's leaving entirely. It's more likely her role will be taken over by someone else. Why isn't anyone recording Agent Cates? He's clearly unhinged and dangerous. Kristina needs to stay out of Sonny's business. Her interference is what led to her losing the baby in the first place. And Willow's obsession with Drew is just gross, especially when she has such a great husband. Finally, the look on Tracy's face when Laura asked her to take care of Ace was priceless. It's the first time we've heard anyone make childcare arrangements so explicitly. The Qs supposedly have 2 nannies, but we rarely see them. Amelia, Wiley, Violet, and Scout are usually the only kids around. If they do kill off Sam, I wouldn't be surprised if Scout and Danny are written out too, considering Drew and Jason aren't exactly the hands-on parental types. It looks like Drew and Willow's affair is about to be exposed. A kid might accidentally spill the beans about their kiss, which is bound to cause a huge stir. Dante was right about Carly once breaking up BLQ and Lulu, and I agree, firing Kelly was a big mistake. I was really looking forward to a dramatic love triangle with Sam and Lulu fighting over Dant. It's a shame they didn't just recast her role instead of letting her go. The unstable guy causing all this trouble is likely to be found out and possibly committed to a mental health facility. We've seen cases where law enforcement's personal issues spill over into their professional lives, so this is not entirely surprising. The writing on GH has been off for a while now, and if things don't change soon, we might see a mass exodus of fans. Willow's obsession with Drew is genuinely creepy. She needs to focus on her kids and her role as a nurse instead of pursuing Drew, especially since Michael doesn't deserve this kind of betrayal. Regarding Dante and Lulu, it's important to remember that Dante asked Lulu for a divorce while he was ill and not in his right mind. Lulu signed the papers and left him during his vulnerable state. She chose to move on with someone else, which goes against their marriage vows of in sickness and in health. Lulu abandoned Dante when he needed her the most, so let's stop blaming Dante for this situation. As for Kristina, her constant lying about the accident is only making things worse. She keeps insisting that Ava pushed her, despite Ava's acknowledgement that it was a tragic accident. If Kristina told the truth, it could help clear up the confusion and bring some resolution. People keep saying Kristina is stronger than Alexis thinks, but remember when Sonny beat up Dex and Kristina fell apart like a China doll? It's laughable that Kristina is now asking Sonny to kill Ava over something as minor as tripping over a bag. She's always been coddled by Alexis and Sonny, which has only made her weaker and more fragile. Kristina has always been a huge baby, and it's time she faced the consequences of her actions. And finally, if someone doesn't handle Agent Kate soon, I might just catch a plane to California to do it myself. This situation is beyond frustrating. Did anyone else catch that moment when Kate was harassing Kristina and she was breaking down in tears? Then, out of nowhere, she calmly told him, "You are the only criminal I see." It felt like she had a bit of a personality split there. What did you think of that scene? Now, there's some confusion about Lulu and the storyline involving Valentine's daughter. I'm trying to figure out how she fits into the current drama. And isn't Rocco Lulu's son? Couldn't he be an option? The necklace might not be on the table, but what about her little son, Ace? Or here's a wild idea. What if they decide to bring Spencer back into the mix? Also, why are Laura and Kevin rushing off to a dangerous situation when they're the only parents Ace has? It doesn't seem like the best plan, given their current responsibilities. Regarding Kelly, why did ABC choose a dark week at GH to drop the news? All the actors are off this week, and even Steve Burton and Bradford Anderson mentioned on a podcast that they were caught off guard. There's been a lot of backlash from fans, and hashtags are trending. Remember when fans protested Rebecca's firing years ago and saved her role? Kelly's last day hasn't been filmed yet, so there's still hope for a change. Looking back, when Lulu needed a biological match years ago, they brought Nicholas in, which was a big deal. If Lucky wasn't a match, does that mean he wouldn't be a match for Lulu's liver either? And if Nicholas was a match, wouldn't that make sense that he could be a match for her liver? I could use some medical insight here to make sense of it all. I've tried hard to be Team Kristina because I hated how TJ and Molly treated her, even before she became the surrogate. I thought they were building a more mature Kristina, but that narrative seems to have fallen apart. Watching her act like an entitled brat, especially when she knew she was going to betray Molly and TJ, is really frustrating. Yes, she got attached to the baby, and that's understandable. But her reaction when they decided not to use her is tough to watch. Kristina is becoming increasingly difficult to root for. Let's talk about Kristina. I'm seriously frustrated with her right now. When Jason pointedly mentioned he knows how it feels to be falsely accused, Kristina seemed completely oblivious. Not once did she apologize for believing Jason shot Dant. Instead, it's all about her and what she wants, like her constant obsession with my baby. For those who say I should get over it, my response is, you get over it. I'm not done yet. Kristina agreed to carry her sister's child knowing it would be biologically hers, but she wasn't prepared for the emotional bond that developed. She was also worried that Molly and TJ were breaking up, as they were clearly growing apart. There was no baby shower, no excitement from them, just constant arguing. If they had been more involved and shown more love for the baby, maybe Kristina wouldn't have felt so attached. Now, about Ava. Does she think she's being held by a hitwoman? I'm not sure if that's too obvious or if she's actually onto something. With Kate's comments, it feels like they're setting us up for something big. How's Ava going to get out of this mess? I'm also tired of Kristina's fixation on her baby. She made a promise and seems to have forgotten that Molly's longtime partner is the father. It's disgusting and frustrating. Why is Sam leaving while Kristina stays? I'm worried that Sam's departure might bring Molly and Kristina back together, but Kristina doesn't deserve that. Alexis is also ticking me off by coddling Kristina and not even reaching out to Molly, who's also dealing with the loss and betrayal. She needs her mom's support too. As for Agent Cates, he's barking up the wrong tree. He's messing with the wrong town and family. No one's rolling over for him, and everyone sees through his agenda. So many people have tried to take down Sonny, Carly, and Jason and failed. Look at who's still standing strong. And what's up with Kristina losing her mind? Why does Alexis keep letting Kate's waltz into her house? Portia seems like she's about to do something stupid, and Ava, who used to be fearless, now seems to be losing her edge. I've definitely watched the intense scenes between Kristina and Molly at the baby's funeral, and I have to say, this storyline is both heartbreaking and cruel. Kristina does have rights to the baby, but it was painful to hear her say she was going to keep the child. I don't have children myself, but I can imagine the profound bond that develops during pregnancy. Molly's reaction was raw and powerful. Her desire for a baby and the grief of losing it are deeply felt. Alexis, caught in the middle, is in an incredibly tough spot. This was her worst fear realized. I genuinely hope nothing happens to Kristina, as her initial intentions were noble. If I were in her shoes, I'd also struggle with the emotional attachment to a child I carried. It's important to remember that this entire storyline paints everyone as victims, including Ava, who was involved in the accident. The loss of an innocent child is devastating for everyone involved. The hateful comments about Kristina and Molly's actions can be hurtful to those who struggle with infertility. I don't believe the writers intended for Kristina to keep the baby indefinitely. I'm sure she'll move into another storyline soon. Having watched since I was 8, I feel like the current state of the show, particularly the pattern of killing off children, is disappointing. The writers need to do better, as these storylines can be really tough for viewers. On a brighter note, I'm looking forward to seeing Tracy taking care of Ace. I hope this brings some heartwarming moments to the show. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.